What's up, hackers? Welcome to episode 10 of Hacker Kung Fu. In this episode, we're going to do the last of our big important stances. It's not every stance in the system, but it's kind of the last of the big deal stances that we'll see. This one is called Liu Bu, or sometimes Santa Bu. Liu is 4-6, which refers to the weight distribution. It's going to be 40% on the front, 60% on the back. This stance is deceptively simple. It's actually really difficult to get right, but it's going to help you in a lot of your training. So let me show it to you from the side first, so we can see that 60-40 breakdown. We'll do this with our hands at our sides, or hands at tiger's mouth first. We're going to open up the right toe to 45 degrees. We're going to step out with our front foot, and this is where things start getting tricky. So we're not proceeding all the way forward into a Gong Bu. We're actually keeping our hips back toward this back foot. So imagine like we're doing a Shu Bu, an empty stance, but actually a little bit more forward. The knee is over the toe, bent in at 45 degrees. Now, depending on whom you ask, some people will tell you that your frame has to be straight ahead. Some will tell you that you're bent at a 45 parallel with your back toe. I would say try to go straight, and that's because of the lineage of this stance. We'll talk a little bit about that in a second. But first, while we're in this stance, let me tell you what you should be feeling. You should be feeling some pressure on your quads. You should be feeling your weight evenly distributed in your back foot, so you shouldn't be feeling it leaning forward, you shouldn't be feeling it twisting back. If you're sunk into your knee, that should be okay. And then your front foot, this is a little bit tricky. You should actually be feeling the pressure on the ball of your foot. That's where the tension is. Now, why do we use this stance? This stance is used for advancing, but when we want to keep our weight back for more control. So we're not fully committing everything to this. It's a bit of a compromise stance, but it gives us a lot of options. It comes from a style called Xingyi Chuan, or mind-will boxing. And it's related to other martial arts that you may have heard of, like Tai Chi. In Xingyi, we use this stance to advance with a lot of power. And this position, called Pichuan, or Pijiang, is actually how we're going to practice. So, axe palm. So, here it is from the front as well. You see that little trail step that I just made? That's actually how we move forward in Xingyi. You see that little trail step that I'm making in the back allows me to drive my power forward. So, to practice Liu Bu, or Santa, almost forgot to mention, why is it called Santa, or 3 power stance? There are 3 levels to it. So, level 1, level 2, and then level 3. We're really getting into it. So we're not going to go all the way that low. So to start, again, we'll do it from the other side. You can see this back leg. So what we're going to do is hands at tiger's mouth, open up the right foot, bend your knees. Now, you're going to bring your hands up, and whatever foot opened up, that's the hand that's going to come in front, because we're going to cover and strike out with the other hand and foot. Cover, and then we're going to step. We're going to step out with our left foot. As we do, the right hand comes down, and the left hand goes out. And you make that little bit of a trail step. Just pop it up just a little bit, and then settle into your stance. So what is my alignment here with my hands? Everything is curved. My right hand here is pressing down, and yes, the thumb is angling downward. And so the hand is kind of centered right here, a little bit below my belly button. My top hand is kind of out from my chest. And that's where I'm going to sit for about a minute. So again, open up, hands up, out. You're going to hold that. Okay? And then you're going to open up your toe, or sorry, pick up the front toe, turn in, pull in. So now you can practice on the other side. Open up the left toe. Left hand comes up, Step out with the right. Hold that. Make sure you've got 60% of your weight on that back foot. You're gonna feel it, especially in your alignment, so make sure that your knee and toe are aligned. If one's too far in, that's really dangerous. Make sure that your knee is over your toe. And hold that. And again, shift, pull in, back out. Really good, easy to train drill here. But it's an important stance. As we move forward, it'll become more and more important. And that's the Liu Bu.